Okay, we're starting slow. Starting. Okay. Oh gosh, things are flying around here. Hello. I'm not really right. Oh Jesus, it's gonna fall. My name is Leanne Furness, and I am unorganized. I am an independent demonstrator here with Stamping Up, and have been doing that for 20 some years. I'm excited to show you a couple little quick things today that you, if you're giving cash or a check or a gift certificate or a gift card, it's kind of fun to make it kind of a cute presentation. Much like most of our food things, we like presentations to be, special. So this is going to show you a couple of special things. I followed a couple different demonstrators that have showcased these ideas as well, so I cannot claim them as myself. I can claim how I created them and worked on that system. So let me get you down to my upside down world. Still not sure how to do that better. Okay. Whew. So, how did I do that before? Last week. Oh my Lanta. How quickly one can forget in 1 week. Okay, so we're going to use my paper trimmer and my scorer. I'm remembering the light gray is a scoring blade, and this is my cutting blade. Now, if you don't have one of these, you might want to consider getting one, or getting one as a gift for Christmas, because it's slick. It's so nice to have everything on one piece, or one trimmer. You don't have to get your scoring thing out and your blend, all that stuff. All right, so our first project is going to be, I'm going to show you how to make a gift card holder. Here, I have to kind of move this so I can see perfect. And this is not a gift card holder, this is a cash holder. And as you can see, there's a whole $5 in here, which is not very exciting, but I don't have like 50s laying around yet. So I wanted to show you how this is from Maureen Rufus. I can't say her last name correctly, I'm sure. She is the crazy stamping lady on Facebook and on stampin'up.com. So let me show you what she did, and I'm going to make one, and then I'm going to show you something you might want to consider. So when you look at this, you notice that there's not a direction of paper pattern, right? So that's important to note, because if it was a directional paper pattern and you don't like things upside down, for example, this version, so that looked okay, but then when I looked at this, it was upside down, and I thought, well, that looks ridiculous, and I didn't really like that, so I decided to move on to a different paper. So how you do this is a square. It's 8.5 by 8.5, and you're going to score it. I've already cut that. So I like to put my cutting blade down here because I've already cut, so I don't even get tempted. 3.5 and 7. And because this is a square, it doesn't matter what way you're scoring. And I would do it just kind of softly with the designer series paper, just because of the thickness. Like this is specialty designer series paper. This is from it is from, I have it written down somewhere very important, and I knew you really wanted me to sing. Regally Distressed Patterns, and this was in our holiday mini, or the fall mini, and it is carried over, so it's going to become an online exclusive. So it's not on the last chance list, but it is available, and I'm excited that it's carrying over because it's just gorgeous. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some tape, tear and tape, I guess it's called, and I'm going to just put some on the very, very edge of my pocket. Now, remember when I said do light? Look at, I kind of tore this already, so that's bad. Because I really needed to, the reason I decided I would show you this tonight is because I actually have to make some for my family, from my mother, and I'm thinking, well, I might want to get going on that. But I don't have a lot of paper left because I've used up most of my paper. So we're going to wing it. So here we go with this. Then for the card stock, I'm going to grab a cherry cobbler, and I'm going to cut it to be, because this is cherry cobbler. Oh my gosh, sorry. So this, well, I don't know exactly the measurements apparently, but this is going to be a whole 3 1/4, oh, of course, by 7 1/4. So I'm going to do this 3 1/4. Slight flaw in my plan right now, but you know what? We're going to be fine with it. 7 1/4. And that is going to replace this part in the new one. And so what I did, this was Maureen's idea, it's genius. She cut out some circles, or punched some circles. And I'm going to grab a punch quick to show you. This is a discontinued punch, so don't like go, oh, I want to get that piece, because you can't. It's retired. That doesn't mean it's never coming back, because as we've learned, it comes back. Things come back. All right. So what I did to get that look like that and to hold that cash in place is I grabbed my glue dots, which seem to be missing in action. There they are. And I just grabbed one glue dot on my, and then I put my money on here, and so with the glue dots on just one part, oh my gosh, brighter, 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 the glue dot, that's not good. The glue dot is right there, so on that side, I'm going to make sure that that goes to the piece, not the money. And then I'm going to do the same thing, just put it on one side. Oh, these glue dots are so hard to see. And then, come on, there's my glue dot. You know, my New Year's resolution should be get this act together. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know. Okay, so there. Now my $5 will slide right in there. I can write a little message on here if I want. If you had a slimline envelope, I don't have any of those left, but if you did and they coordinated, you could use those. I chose, however, to do a belly band, and a belly band is just this mechanism, fancy word for this little sliding thing, and really it's super easy to make. So let me show you. I just have some coordinating paper. This is also designer series paper, but I tend not to even measure. I just kind of do it this way. You don't want it tight, you want it loose. So you'll see down here I'm giving it a little space like that, and then I'm going to go down. I'm going to try to get it straight. Just a little bit of space, because then, you know, if you put a big wad of cash in there, then you'll have it set. And then I'm going to do something no one has ever seen me do on television. Use a scissors. And then I'm going to go ahead and use some more sticky strip, or tear and tape, because really it's quick and easy and it holds amazing. And then you have to say, well, okay, there we go. Take your pick tool, and I'm going to go like this. However, to me that's upside down because it's the leaves. So maybe I don't like this little idea. And that was a little too loose. All right. So I can pull that off. And I might just, usually I try to cover up that seam, but for this one, I'm just going to say, nope, I want it to be the right direction. And then I would go ahead and add some kind of decoration in the front. And so like a cherry cobbler circle, and then maybe a cherry cobbler or something or another, and then some bling. The other thing you could do is, this is a die, excuse me, from Stylish, no, this is from Something Fancy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the stamp set called Greetings of the Season. This is also carrying over. So now I've marked it so that I know that after December is over, then the online, this will be an online exclusive, and you'll be able to get it for I don't know how long, until the next last chance update comes, and then we'll know. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my block that I've of course buried, because that's what we do. And I'm going to use two different colors. I'm going to use Pretty Peacock, because that's what this color is, and Cherry Cobbler, because that's what this color is. Now, right before I went live, I took those, there they are. All right, and I'm going to do, the thing I like about this is that you can do a lot of gradings, but you can also do different colors, and it's pretty simple versus having to, you know, marker and do all that crazy stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do Mary, like that, and give it a little clean and dairy. And then I'm trying not to use things tonight that I know are no longer available, because some of these things I could show you are gone. Like some of the not last chance list things are gone. And so if you really have something you want, message me and I'll tell you my host code, because I should have that written down here, but I don't. And I'm going to go ahead, excuse me, and grab my Pretty Peacock, and I'm going to use this larger stamp to do Christmas. And because this is photopolymer, you can see where you're stamping. Cute. Very, very nice. Now, I apparently don't have any Christmas looking stamps. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what I was thinking, but somehow I made it through this so far. So then I decided today we needed to add something. And I decided it would be from the Humble Home, which again is also going to be available for a while. And I'm just going to go ahead and stamp my wreath, which is pretty little, but it gives me a place to write to and from. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in my Memento Black really quick. Make sure it's inked. You know, a tree would be good. There'd be all kinds of little things you could do. I'm not sure I have retired product I could use, but that's not right here by my hand, so I'm not going to do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my Cherry Cobbler marker, which if you have not received your catalog by December 28th, your next mini catalog for January and February, that's a little dark, and it's celebration time too, so they raised it up, so with $60 order you get something free. For $120 you can get something more, and it's a great time to have your gathering of your friends, or just, you know, if you like crafting with Stampin' Up, maybe your friends would like it too, and then we can go ahead and get some fun going. I'm going to color my wreath Pretty Peacock. I switched to the Stampin' Blends just because that is a little bit of a lighter color than our Stampin' Right markers. Now, Stampin' Right markers are going to be a great deal for you if you join my team in January. So I'm going to have to revisit some of those techniques and show you some fun new things that we can do. Fun new things. I wonder what that is. I don't even know. Why would I say that? Oh, because. So then, if you want to get really fancy, you can stamp to and from, because that's in here as well. And then I'm going to go grab my Pretty Peacock, my tiny little block that I just put down somewhere, and stamp 2. Now, I don't really care for the stamps that are like attached, if you know what I mean, to and from, because there's never enough room. So I like them when they're a little bit more, like you have this totally spaced. You got control. Now, I'm going to change up the colors because I just thought it would look better. And then, this is the most stamping I've done in a long time on Alive. Oh my gosh, I'm getting ink everywhere. Okay, and then from is going to be in Pretty Peacock. And then I'm going to attach this to, I'm going to get this out of the way because otherwise I will be incredibly messy. Okay, get that out of the way, and then I'm going to go ahead and take this and glue it right onto the belly band, because that's what's going to come off. And then it needs a little something something. It's pretty blah. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some of our neutral adhesive back sequins that are in the annual catalog and add some gold to go with the gold. Whoops, but it's not attached quite right yet. But that's okay. We'll let it dry. And then when we come back, sometimes if you are playing around and you don't want that to happen and you're not patient, like, I don't know, me. Oh gosh, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and just do one here. What I'm going to do while I'm stamping and showing you another pattern is I'm going to put my block on top of it just to make sure it stays in place and doesn't move. Okay, well, that's there. Well, I don't know if you can even see that. Okay, so then let me show you the one. Oh my gosh, I hate when I can't do that. So this is the first one that I created with different paper, and it didn't have a direction, so I wasn't worried about it. And then this is the one I just created. So those are super fun if you're giving cash or a gift certificate that's long and you just want to give it something a little bit more festive. The next thing you could do is pretty similar. It's a gift card holder. And this is also from Marine, and you are going to be able to use up some more of your designer series paper. This designer series paper is the Take a Bow. I think it's called Take a Bow. Formable? No. Take a Bow. And it's carrying over as well. I love it because I love that the colors are just traditional Christmas. This little penguin guy I punched out of Snowy Scenes, which is on the last chance list, so you can get that at a deal. And then I stamped Merry Christmas, and I used again the Humble Home stamp set that's carrying over on that with my Real Red, because that's what the color combo is. And then when you open it up, your little gift card can fit in there. So let's show you how you do that quick. It's pretty simple. You take So if you have 6 by 6 paper, it works great for that, right? So this is going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I'm going to go ahead and fix my camera. And then I'm going to score on the long side. So what that means is that the long side is up here. So I'm going to score at 2 1/4. And actually, I'm going to flip it over so I don't have the score line outside. 2 1/4, and I'm going to do it kind of soft. And then 4. I always come back and see how it's working. Okay, that doesn't seem right, but I think it is. And then we fold it. Nope, see, that's not right, Leanne Furnace. So 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. Ah, so close. Well, you know what they say, or what I say. It's not a mistake. It is an opportunity to be creative. So let's see. I started this at 1. Then you have to realize where you scored. 2 1/4. I'm looking at my cheat sheet here. 2 1/4 and 4 1/2. So really 4 1/2. Okay. Goodness gracious. And because this is non-directional, it doesn't really matter either, except now I have this silly thing in the back, but that's okay. So then I'm going to go ahead and just do exactly what I did with the larger size and use some tear and tape. And so if you have a lot of designer series paper or background paper or whatever, if it's one-sided, this would work great for that. If it's not one-sided and it has direction, you might want to just watch the next one, because I just done like my upside down snowman. So, and my designer series paper stash for holidays is very low because I'm done with my holiday creating and I am working on January stuff, in theory. Okay, so there is how that works. And then again, for the belly band, I'm just going to go ahead and use some of that coordinating the additional cardstock, I guess, the pretty peacock. And then I'm going to go ahead. Now what you could do with this mistake here, this little score line, which I'm sure you can't even see, and no one would notice it. You can put ribbon over it. You can just pretend it's not there. I mean, it is handmade after all, and so it's not going to be perfect. You can't hand make something perfect. So we're going to pull that off, hopefully. I'm going to grab my gift card, just make sure it fits. It's super fast and simple, people. That's what I like. And then we'll decorate like we did before. And this way, this one has, oh my gosh, seriously. It's a little tight. If it's a little tight, you might want to loosen it up a little bit. A little known fact is when you need to remove a piece of paper from your adhesive, pull the top one, not the bottom. It seems opposite of what you'd want to do, but that's really what works best. And if you used like Tombow or something, you could like huff on it and get it to be, we can do that. We can do lots of things. So you get the idea. Let me show you now. If I was going to make the one where I didn't use just designer series paper, I went with this. And this is a Real Red card base. It has a $20 bill in it. And I didn't put it on a piece of paper just because it's a little smaller. And so let me show you. This is measurements that Mary Canab had. And her card base is 8 1/2, 8 1/2, 8 1/2, phew, by 7. And I'm using this from the last cherry cobbler I cut. And then I'm going to go ahead and do score it at 2. So when I score left to right, and then 5 1/4. And with cardstock, you want to push a little bit more than what you would with designer series paper. And then you want to use your bone folder and really score that and fold it. And then I need something in the front. So I would cut my designer series paper. Look at these cute little penguins. And that's going to be 2 1/4. Nope, I lied. 6 3/4 by 3 inches. And then you're just going to put that on like you normally would other layers. And I'm just going to do this really fast. My Tombow multi-purpose glue is running out. So remember how I didn't like the snowman upside down? So now I'm going to go ahead and get some more sticky tear and tape. You could use Tombow glue, but like it doesn't dry right away, so then you have to sit there and hold it. And that's when I think you get gooby hands, I call them, just because. Hi, Christine. I know, I missed my craft time. I sure hope your new job settles down after the holidays. I need some time to craft. Maybe I have to go back to doing some Zooms. Oof, that sounds horrible. Now, if, not because it's Chris, it just sounds like stuff. All right, so what am I doing now? I need to cover this part down here, I would think. Let me go ahead and grab this. Whoops. I didn't push it down very hard. Get that money out of there. Bone folder, where did you go? Oh my gosh. Things just disappear when you're doing lives, I'm telling you. Okay, so that is like that, but I think this needs something here. And so I'm going to go grab the paper that coordinates with that, which is Snowy Scenes, right? Yes, Snowy Scenes. It really doesn't trip my trigger at all. We're going to use that. It's kind of a weird color, but it's going to be 6 3/4 as well. 6 3/4 by, I believe, 1 1/4. Now, of course, you can always double check your measurements, and however you cut and score sometimes totally is off, and that's okay. You just have to measure. So it's 2 inches. So I'm going to go a 1/4 inch smaller for that bottom part. And then I'm going to go ahead and add that. See, that just makes it look happier. And actually, like, you can tell what's happening. I'm going to go ahead and do the same with the glue. Now, if you wanted to have a place for a message, you could put this up here. Or you could, so I'm making these for my mom, like I said, and she is, she is probably not going to write a message. I just know she won't, so I'm not going to bother doing that. She's just going to give me the cash. Well, I'm going to go get the cash and put it in there. So that's why on my projects, you saw a lot of to and from, because that will be about how much she wants to write. And that's okay. You know what? When you're 80-something, you can tell me what you want. So that is my gift card holders. Quick and easy ways to use up some paper. I look forward to seeing you. I'm going to take a couple weeks off, thanks to the holidays. But I'm going to come back with a truckload of good new things that are going to be in your mini. If you don't get your mini by the end of December, then swing by my house or send me an email and I will let you know. Check out that last chance list. It's going fast, and remember that the last chance list means it is your last chance to get it, and when it's out of stock, it's out of stock. So things, if they say low inventory and it's on last chance and you really, really want it, you better really, really get it. All right, I'll put the measurements in the comments, and I thank you for watching and joining. Have a great holiday week.